We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. First carry for James Conner, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And he is going to lose yardage here. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. On the move past the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback, running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he should be firmly in the race for MVP.
This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Play action. Now it's Murray. He'll buy some time right. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Murray. And this will be swung out here for counter. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So the completion good for 7 there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with counter. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
What an advantage having the lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 15. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. And right away, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there. Someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray, because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm, and nowadays we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see downfield and make throws, but he also possesses wide receiver speed. He can call his own number or scramble and turn it into a big play as well. Kyler Murray, a dual threat at the quarterback position.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On the ground with Ward. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jonathan Ward with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. Play action. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after 1. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Murray. He's going deep for Brown.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns.
And the Broncos force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you to come in like an auctioneer. We've got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. We got double up.
A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
57's the mark. Watch 57.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. That's complete to Trenton Cannon, the running back. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down.
This is Hamler on the receiving end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
The Broncos at 9-4 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. One more time, it's Cannon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're...
There he goes, left side.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
This out quickly to Williams.
They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right.
A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And they are on the board, trailing now at 6-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Murray going deep for Hopkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now Murray. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot, because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Hey, easy.
That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson eluding the pressure right. Gets it to his running back, Cannon. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. He was out there waving his arms. And when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Isaiah Simmons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
The kick by McManus is good. So add 3. All told, after the safety, it's a 5-point swing. That could have turned out much worse.
Well, you don't want to say no harm, no foul, but I do believe you're right. A 9-point swing hurts. 5 points, much more manageable, especially in a tight game like this.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
To throw, it's Murray. Flush to his right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Wilson.
Open man, Hamler, that's complete.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Cannon.
And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as he's out of bounds at the 2.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by McManus is good. And the lead now 5, 11-6. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Wilson now off the bootleg. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Budda Baker, the safety, he gets in from the secondary for the sack.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future game.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Back to throw. Wilson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's Ward. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Play fake. Murray. Blitz coming, and down he goes. DJ Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. A pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Here's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Cannon. Finding space at the 40. Down the left sideline. The 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Trenton Cannon, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McManus's point after is good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Baron Browning picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. On play action, it's Murray. Rolling to his right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So a costly penalty yardage-wise, as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Murray's throw complete to McBride.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down. They run it with Ward. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Murray now. And that will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take it.
Now it's Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Cannon.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. But normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so. Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, a run with Cannon. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson flushed out right.
Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals 16. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. 25 yards that time.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd and a couple, Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw there complete to Hamler.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. They go play action now. Wilson.
That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Check 15. Switch.
They'll run on first down with Cannon. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Oh, Wilson going to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Cannon. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Now Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Throwing again here, Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.